Joining us now, Karen Finney, who served as the Clinton campaign's senior spokesperson. Karen, thanks for joining us tonight. Let me ask you about these questions that the electors may have. 9 of the 10 come from states where Hillary Clinton won. So is this much ado about nothing? What is the point?
Well, I think let's just take a step back here, Shannon. I mean, my goodness, remember the days when the party of Ronald Reagan was talking very toughly to Mikhail Gorbachev to tear down that wall. And now look at where we are. We are talking about Russian interference, hacking. We are talking about a broad agreement between our intelligence agencies that there was some malfeasance on the part of the Russians in their attempt to undermine our election. As you pointed out, there is some disagreement or conversation about whether or not, what the ultimate motive was. And actually, the other part of what
But doesn't that make a big difference? Because what we're hearing is from unnamed sources, so no name assigned to it. They're talking about the CIA saying they think the ultimate goal was to help Donald Trump. The FBI not going there. I mean, those are two top agencies, and they don't agree.
But remember, we're talking about a broad agreement between 17 intelligence agencies. And just one other point here,
Shannon. That Russia was involved, but Russia was also involved with going after Republicans as well.
Shannon,
and that goes to motive.
Hold on. Well, but more importantly, let me just finish one sentence. That also goes to the point that Mr. Podesta was making, and others have, which is why, in addition to the letter, the electors are asking for a briefing. All of this information at some point should be made public to the American people. I mean, we as the American people, we are the greatest democracy on the planet. We need to know if the Russians are trying to infiltrate our government in these nefarious ways. I mean, our brave men and women in our intelligence agencies and who serve in uniform, they fight to get us this kind of information and to uncover these kinds of things. And I think, their next commander-in-chief, Mr. Trump, owes it to them to not just dismiss them out of hand, but to listen to the information. And I think, again, if the electors are suggesting that part of their constitutional duty is they want to hear a briefing, they want to hear information so that they themselves feel confident.
But these are people who weren't going to vote for Trump anyway, except for one who's been a critic of him anyway. You have 9 who come from states where Hillary Clinton won. So what difference does it make to those 9?
Shannon, are you seriously suggesting, just more importantly, are you suggesting that it's not disconcerting that the Russians
not at all.
may
all
have...
I'm saying is it's not going to change their vote. I'm not saying it's not disconcerting at all. In fact, Donald Trump and a number of top GOP senators have said they will investigate this. We have Bob Corker, who heads up Senate Foreign Relations. We have McConnell. We have Graham. We have McCain. We have others saying this is not okay with us, and we want to make sure that we get to the truth.
And the fact that it's been so bipartisan is incredibly powerful. Here's the point about the electors. It's not about who they would or would not have voted for. It is about something that is much greater. And I pray that if anything comes out of all of this, in the election, it is that we as Americans come back and remember that this is part of the foundational core of our democracy. So it's not about how, who was going to vote for whom. It's about our electors saying it is our constitutional duty to know the answers to these questions. I mean, Alexander Hamilton, this was one of the very intents of creating the electors in the first place. So I see them as trying to do their job. I don't think there is an assumption that this would change the nature of the outcome of the election. And in fact, there's an opportunity here for many to actually take bold steps to stand up to Russia and right these wrongs and make sure that they don't interfere in our government and our country in any way further.
All right. Well, I think we can all agree it's good that there is bipartisan fervor for trying to get some answers, and that we can all agree on. Karen, great to see you tonight. Thank you for joining us.
You too, Shannon.
Also.